Welcome to Shelf Indulgence, the perfect place for book lovers who can't resist adding just one more book to their overflowing bookshelves. Join us as we dive into unforgettable stories, underrated reads, and all the bookish indulgences your heart desires. So grab your favorite drink, get comfy, and let's talk books.
Hi everyone. Welcome to the very first episode of Shelf Indulgence, where we indulge in all things books, reading, and literary obsessions. I am Alan, and here with me is Asya.
Hi, everyone.
Okay. So we would be diving straight into a very wonderful book titled Yumi and the Nightmare Painter. It was written by Brandon Sanderson, and we have a lot of thoughts about the book. I can't wait to share them with you. But Asya, how did we come across this book? And have you read any of his books before?
Okay, this is I got this book from my local book club. By the way, I've read one of his books before, but this time this particular book was picked randomly for reading at the one of the book club meetings. So once I checked this particular book out, and I immediately recommended it to you because I thought it's something you would really like to read.
Yeah. Well, personally, okay. First off, I've not read any of his books. This is the first of his books that I read. And when you first recommended it to me, I have a confession to make. I did not I did not want to read it. Um, of course, so far every book you recommended to me has been really good. So I decided to trust you, take your word for it, and decided to read it. And wow, I'm glad I did. So yeah, it was a very interesting read, and yeah, thank you once again for recommending it to me.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Okay, so the first thing we are going to do is actually pretty difficult. We are going to try to summarize the book in 10 seconds. I'll be counting, so I'm going to stop you when your 10 seconds is up. When I say go, you should start. Ready, go.
Okay, this is a book about two different universes, and two people from those universe met all of a sudden, and they end up actually being more than good friends. But
Your
also
time is your
what?
time.
I think I said there is already.
I actually gave you like some extra seconds, so make sure you remember that when it's my turn.
Basically, it's your turn already. Let me set up my timer so I'll be counting as well. Now, start.
The book is about two people from two different backgrounds, two different situations coming together
Hey, stop. Yes. You've said it so it's so easy.
I
It
haven't
isn't
even
at all.
started.
Okay, let's give another try, I think.
Should I continue from where I stopped,
Of course not.
or
You have to start from the beginning. You're
I have to
giving it
start all
again.
over again?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's my turn now to try again.
Okay, one more try. Are you ready?
Yes.
1, 2, go.
Two people from different universes are fighting with nightmares, going through and to and back.
Time up.
Exchanging bodies, exchanging their bodies.
Time up. Hey, I gave you
Okay.
like 3 seconds extra.
I
Okay,
did the
so
same. So okay. Okay.
yeah,
Are you ready? So your turn.
I'm ready.
Okay, go on.
Two people from two different planets try to save the world. Yeah, let me just stop there.
Okay, you're right in time. You're right in time. Finally.
Yeah, that was fun.
Okay. Okay, Alan, tell me, before reading the book, what did you even know about the author?
Absolutely nothing. Like I haven't read anything by him before. I hadn't heard of him before. I just, let me just try this guy and see and see what it looks like. So I haven't heard about him basically.
Okay, but
No.
if we mention the genre of the book, have you read something related?
If I was asked just reading the book without knowing beforehand, I would have said I guess it has a lot in it. I was going to say romance, even though that was not like the theme of the book. It's majorly fantasy, but it had a little bit of everything. It had mystery in it, it had romance in it, it had fantasy in it. It was all encompassing. I've read fantasy books before. I think they would be in my top 3 favorite genres. Let's move on to the next item. The genre, the publication dates. Okay, it is a fantasy novel written by Brandon Sanderson. It is part of the Cosmere fictional universe and the third of Sanderson's Secret Projects Kickstarter campaign. It was written.
Do you even know what means secret projects?
I actually don't know. What do you know about the secret projects?
Actually, this guy is really prolific writer because he is actually doing a couple of series, but at the same time, which basically secret projects means that during the lockdown, he wasn't just writing his normal series of the books. He also decided to do a couple of so-called secret projects. And he dedicated every of those projects, he dedicated to particular people. For this particular one, Yumi was dedicated to his wife because she asked him to add some romantic stories in his books. It's not usually what he writes, by the way. It's mostly like epic fantasy universe, lots of scenes in it. But this one, it's totally different from what he wrote before. And he just decided to do it secretly from everyone. And but
except his wife, right?
Yes. But he also needed to fund it somehow.
Yes.
And she put it into Kickstarter to make a Kickstarter campaign. It's where so he's super famous, right? So people were gladly founding him for this, paying for special issues of the books. So this is just a funny story.
Yeah, that's interesting, right? Okay, let's discuss the book proper. So, just a brief summary of what the book is about. Basically, you have this guy who paints nightmares, and you have this lady or this girl in another world who is like the quote unquote spiritual leader of our country, right? And each of them were going through their own personal journeys, and like somehow fate just brought them together, and like it seemed like they were from two totally different worlds that had absolutely nothing to do with each other. But as the story progresses, we find out that they have so much more in common than they thought. They didn't like each other at the beginning, but they became friends and they really worked together to achieve what they set out to do. And I think basically that's the summary of the book without giving much away. Do you have anything to add?
No, I don't think I have something to add. Let's just go to speed round. Yeah, so I will give more detail. Try not to give too much
spoilers.
Spoilers, yes. Okay, we are going to do speed round. We're picking best and worst something of the book. So, Alan, what's the best character in your opinion?
So there's a character named Design in there, and like when you guys read the book, you would know why I think she's the best character. Will I call her a she? Well, let's do that for the sake of the book. She's my best character. I'm not gonna give no more about it, but she's whimsical. She's, according to how the book is described, quite beautiful and attractive. That's not why I picked her. My hand to my chest. That's not why I picked her. But yeah, she's very whimsical. She has a very good sense of humor. And I just like the way she dealt with everyone she met with. So yeah, she's my best character. What about you?
Maybe in contrast to what you just said, maybe you should give worst character now.
Okay. My worst character would be. I don't think I have anyone that I don't really like there. Everyone that I would have not liked, I ended up liking, ended up eventually liking. So yeah, I don't have a worst character. I don't.
I actually, I'm trying to search for the name of my favorite character because not basically I mean that guy who actually is a narrator. There is a restaurant where Design worked, right? But actually both of them were aliens, kind of aliens, but they were traveling around the universe, and once they arrived to that planet, Designs still become a kind of human-like something, but that guy couldn't make it, so he became a statue in a restaurant.
Yeah, not a statue, but like a statue. Yeah.
Yeah, like a statue. It was a hanger, like something.
Yeah, like a coat hanger.
Coat hanger, yeah. And why I liked him is just because of his narration style, right? Because he was like making fun of them, of everyone, basically. And it was kind of nice. And I like that it gives the whole book's kind of arc. Like it makes the book multi-layered. Because not only main plot is going on, but there are another layer and another layer under it, or apart from it.
I understand what you mean. It got like it took a while for me to understand that was what was happening. But like, yeah, reading on, I finally understood. Oh, okay, he's trying to explain something that happened at a particular time and all that. So yeah, I get what you mean. Okay, your worst character?
Okay, my worst character. I think I'm aligned with you because it's kind of difficult to pick someone or something because it's really something, and I see a lot of references in it, and it's something that's going on in our real world, not right now, where people they're not fighting to something. Let me just finish my thought.
Okay, no problem.
Where people are not fighting it yet, but maybe in the future, maybe not in the nearest future, in the far future, people may fight it, and there are lots of actually movies and books on it, but it's very nice interpretation we saw in this particular book. Okay, Alan, what's your favorite scene of the book?
My favorite scene, I probably would pick every scene that involved design. Every scene where design was in, yeah, I loved every one of it. I actually read scenes that are in there. I read them multiple times before I moved on. I really, any scene with design in there was awesome.
Did you even explain why they didn't use to each other's culture? Because it was very different situation for Yumi and for Nikara, because they exchanged their bodies, right? But
yes,
when they were in Yumi's world, not happened something different, totally different happened basically.
Yes.
And I think those situations they had in Yumi's world, it was most ridiculous moments. It was like the thing is, it was like ridiculous, but at the same time, it was so dramatic for Yumi, especially because it was so much about inner conflicts she had, and because she didn't know.
I just tried to imagine what people that were looking at that would have been thinking, like, who's this person? Why is she doing this? This is not the way she acts. Like, what's going on? Yeah.
I like all the scenes that were related to painting. Actually, when Nikaro tried to paint a nightmare, right? And it refers to kind of creative process and how painters usually go about things, like especially if they get paid for it. And I like the whole like journey of this character because at the end he actually made a masterpiece, and so it was cool. I would maybe feature also the whole way how they were fighting nightmares, just because I think it may go for ridiculous also, because when you're seeing something that scares you a lot, like you just start painting. This is
instead of running away.
Yes, exactly. So it's interesting, it's cool, and just like cool idea, I would say. Moving on.
Yeah,
Alan,
moving on.
I've heard that you've got unpopular opinion on this book. Can you please share?
I don't have a lot, maybe just one unpopular opinion. But to be fair, I don't think it's unpopular. I think everyone should agree with me. I feel like Nicario should have at least dated, what's the name of that lady? His colleague. I liked her. I liked her a lot. She was really nice. She was.
You mean their colleagues, painters, right?
Yes.
And he had a crush on this lady before.
Exactly. So he had a crush on her. That's my unpopular opinion. Like I said, I feel like everyone should agree with me. She was actually a very lovely lady. She was tough, but she was fair. And she treated Yumi very nicely. And I wish he had at least, dated her or they had something, Yeah, that's my own opinion.
Okay.
What about you? What's your...
I'm so sorry, but I can't see anything unpopular in it because basically it was Nikaro who liked her a lot, but there was a conflict between them, not between them, just between those two characters, but between Nikaro and his friends, right? In the past. Okay.
Yep. So your unpopular opinion. What's yours?
I don't think it's some kind unpopular as well, but I possibly would like to mention some things about Yumi and about the development of the character. Of course, we need to take into account that It's a fantasy, and the world is totally different. Also, not to spoil much, so like I'll just say that because the situation Yumi had was really unusual and difficult, I would say. But she found herself in a very weird situation. Like she was kind of ghost near Nikaro when they were in Yumi's world, right? She wasn't in her body anymore, right? And she was denying the reality for so long. And I think it's very similar to how people behave, like overall. Like they can't just accept the reality, and it takes so much time. I just think that it's unusual to find such things in fantasy book. I'm not saying they all are just to have fun and to just dive into fantasy world. They may be like that, but I just should I say admire the author that he put such a sensitive scene into a fantasy book.
Yeah, it's very realistic in a fantasy book. Yeah, so now we are going into like the final part of today's podcast. Yes, so this part is called Shelf or Sell, right? And it's basically, what do you think? Should the book, be on your bookshelf, or should you bin it, or should you sell it? You go first. I'm going to ask you first because I went first the last time. So, Asya, is this book a keeper for our shelves, or should we pass it on? And of course, I want you to tell me why.
Okay, yeah, it's definitely shelf. Because I think the only thing we haven't mentioned yet, it's illustrations. There are lots of illustrations in the book, and it automatically it makes it a masterpiece. Just like it's something to keep. It's like for real. It's so beautiful. You will get back to it just to stare into illustrations, and it's detailed. It's made in manga style or Japanese style. I don't know how to call it. And just because of that, if it would have been just illustrations alone with the little text in it, it would be already enough to get shelved, So for me, it's definitely should be shelved. And actually, that's what I'm going to do, by the way. Okay, what about you? Don't tell me you're going to sell it.
No, it's a no-brainer, actually. I agree with you. It's a book to have in your bookshelf, to have in your collection. It was interesting that you mentioned about the illustrations. They helped. The illustrations helped. Especially when they were talking about stacking stones, I was like, well, what is that, And then, at the final, or at the ending pages, there was an illustration of how she stacked the stones, and so it's definitely a shelf for me. I love the storyline. I love the plot. I love the way the characters developed all through the book. And one more thing I will add is I liked the ending. Like, endings are very important to me. The book can be very interesting, and then the ending just sucks. But yeah, I liked the ending of this book. So definitely it's a shelf for me. And like you, I would so much try to do that. So yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.
About the ending, by the way, I found it a bit too much romantic, to be too much dramatic and too much romantic, a bit too much.
Yeah, that was the only romance
Okay.
there was the thinking of, does she feel the same way? Are we feeling the same thing all through the book? But nothing like that was pursued all through the book. So probably just packed all the romance and
Okay,
infused
this
it at
is
the
an
end.
excuse for the ending. Okay, fine. Agreed. Okay,
Okay, thank you.
then last part, just giving the bookshelf space rating, right?
Okay.
So I
Do you
think we
want
need
to
to.
explain? Yes, I need to explain
I need to explain. So
rating
5
system.
stars go for front and center of the bookshelf, and 4 stars go for prime shelf real estate. Then
Okay.
3 stars go for middle shelf, maybe was a read. 2 stars
Okay.
go for bottom shelf, gathering dust, and 1 star goes for out the door to a used bookstore. So, Alan, what would you say?
I am shuffling between 3 and 4. I feel like it's more than a 3. It's definitely more than a
Wow,
3,
you
and
just
there's no 3.5. So I'm gonna give it a 4.
that's shocking content right now for me because you just valued the book. You talked
Yes,
like how
yes.
you liked
Hey,
it, and now you're giving 3 stars. Like what?
okay. Maybe I went too low. It's definitely not a 3. I won't give it a 5. I'll give it a 4. It's a 4 for me. It's prime shelf real estate. Yes.
Okay, thank
Hey,
you.
are you satisfied?
I'm not, but if it's what you
So,
think, then okay, fine.
what is it for you?
Okay, for me, it's definitely 5 stars, like front and
Wow.
center of the bookshelves, because just like I mentioned already, it's just super beautiful, and I like books that look like that. It's something you want to see, not like every day, but you want to admire the book. You just it's inspiring, it's interesting, like inspiring, I mean, visually and interesting in terms of plots and everything. So I think it's deserved to be in front of you every day or very close to you, so you can just.
I mean, I can't disagree with that. I can't disagree with that. So like average of 4.5 rating. I mean, that's not bad, right? So everyone, we've both given it high ratings, right? So you should get this book. It's a must read, to be honest. So yeah, guys, I think we've come to the end of the show. We've given it some ratings, so everyone should get the book and read it, and let's hear your opinions about it. Tell us what you liked about it. Tell us your unpopular opinions, your hot takes. So let's hear from you. Okay. Thank you, guys, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Bye.
That's a wrap for today on Shelf Indulgence. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. We'd love to hear from you. And hey, let's keep the conversation going. Follow us on Instagram and tell us what you're reading. Until next time, remember, shelf care is self-care.